Hey, I'm Blake with New Canoe, and we're back in Wisconsin. I've got brought my paddle and fin buddies, Brian and Bradley, up here to help bring another live video, just going through the Unlimited. Got some cool stuff to show you today, including the pivot drive, the Torqeedo setup, a bow mount motor setup, and some more accessories. We're also going to get our team guys on here just to share a few thoughts that they have about the Unlimited and what really, what about it really excites them and how they're going to use it. So let's just jump right into it here. We're going to start over here on this Thunderstorm Unlimited. It is, we've got the gear pod here. We've showed you the gear pod briefly last week. Just want to give you another look at this. This is awesome modular on-demand storage for the Unlimited. Also fits on the Flint, so it's designed for both models, the Unlimited and the Flint. Fits right up here in the bow. Mounts with two track bolts. Up here has the ability with the cleat built in to secure it to the bow as well. And this is going to give you just a really nice, storage. You can use it as a cooler. You can use it as a live well. You can put a battery in here and electronics, things of that nature. Or just simply use it for all the stuff you want to have with you on the water, but you want to keep it out of the way. So that's a really killer modular storage. And if you don't use it, you don't need it, you got all the openness up there, and you don't have any big hatch to allow water to get into the hull of your Unlimited. So we're going to talk more about that in a minute. But now let's jump back to the pivot drive. Had a lot of questions about the pivot drive over the last couple days. Now this is the Frontier, same pivot drive setup is on the Frontier 12. The only difference is the quick connect bracket that goes on the transom is specific to the Unlimited. So if you already have a Frontier 12 pivot drive and you're looking to get an Unlimited, you can use that pivot drive in this boat. You just need to get that quick connect transom bracket. So the pivot drive mounts right in the track. There's no hole in the deck, completely modular. Got a really smooth, quiet pedal operation. Runs the drive cable back to the transom. Your steering handle is mounted here on the side gunnel to give you full control of the prop shaft, which serves as the rudder. The retract hardware is built in, so all you have to do is run the retract cord. But there's no drilling or anything required to install the pivot drive. So yeah, it's right there. Give it a tug, bring it up, and lock it out on that cleat. So now we'll walk around. We'll show you the transom and how this mounts. So this transom bracket mounts on, and everything kind of connects into that. So it's very modular and always the same, really kind of locked in. So you can see it in action here. And then on the retract, get that up and out of the way. Pivot drive has the release on it, so if you run into something, it kicks up. So this is really, once we get this transom bracket, which will be 3 to 4 weeks, this system will be ready and you can add pedal power to your Unlimited. So now let's head back this way. We'll show you the transducer pod on the Gulf Coast Unlimited. This is a Raymarine side scan transducer. It's not properly mounted in here. We just wanted to show you kind of how it fit. So you can see it recesses beneath the surface there. Got a lot of room on the width, and we are working on that the transducer bracket that will allow this to deploy down and retract up from your seat. That is in development, probably 3 to 6 months out from that being available. Next up, we got the outboard motor bracket on the Tundra. This, wish we had an outboard here, but we don't have a Honda 2.3 with us today. But that'll drop right on here. Very secure, very sturdy mount, so you can run that outboard. River Wolf down in Georgia is going to be demonstrating this in the next couple days. I think he has his hands on the Tundra Unlimited that's down there, and going to be putting it through the paces with an outboard. So stay tuned for footage of that. Working our way forward, we got a bench seat. There's a lot of different seating options on the Unlimited. You can run it tandem with 2 360 Fusion seats. You can drop a bench seat in for an occasional passenger, just a real simple, inexpensive seated option. And again, with the track, the top load track, you put these anywhere you want and you'll be good to go. Now we're back up. We've got another gear pod here. On this boat, we have a bow mount motor, Motor Guide XI3 kayak, and we've had a lot of questions. How is it going to work? The gear pod and the Motor Guide. So we're going to get to that real quick here. But this mounts right up on the bow. No drilling required. Just really screwing in those inserts. Retracts, and you can see when it does retract, you got a lot of clearance there. So there's no interference between the Motor Guide XI3 and the gear pod. You still have, when it's retracted, ability to open it up and get in there. You know, you can't lift the lid up all the way, but you still do have access. So lots of clearance there. Now taking a look at the mounting on this, pull the pin, motor lifts out. This is the Unlimited bow motor mount. 3 screws that go into the stainless steel inserts that are molded into the Unlimited, and that is mounted. The quick release puck from Motor Guide mounts on there, and that's all there is to it. Got a nice handhold here, so when that motor's off and you're carrying or using the cart to get your Unlimited around, got a nice place to stick your hand and hold on to that, even with that bow mount installed. Putting it back on, as simple as dropping it in place, putting that pin in, then away you go. So really killer option, the XI3 on the Unlimited. You've seen some footage, Craig Dye, Will Reed, and others, you know, showing you what this does, how well it moves through the water with that XI3 motor. All right, next up, we got a Bulldog F12 Unlimited over here. Another seat option, the buddy seat. This mounts up in the bow tracks. Great spot for a child, junior passenger, occasional passenger. You know, with this seat, it's no problem at all to have 3 people in the Unlimited. You could have 2 360 Fusion seats, and then the buddy seat up here in the bow. Lots of space in this kayak. We have the Anchor Wizard mounted on the bow, again, using those same 3 inserts. So that's just grabbing your drill, taking off the handle, putting that in. You can actually reinstall the handle right over the top of that. We didn't do that here, but that's designed to still work with the bow handle. The crank is mounted in the top load track on the gunnel. 22 feet of top load track throughout the Unlimited. So really, there's no shortage of places where you can mount this crank to get it right where you want it to suit you best. Got the gear pod again. We're going to bring it over there. More cool features on the gear pod is this handle. So when this is loaded up with your stuff, you know, you have the ability to carry it just kind of like that. You know, real easy to and from the water. If you have more stuff in there, more weight, and you want to hold it level, got those nice handholds in the bottom. Carry it just like that, and you're good to go. So really, you know, the concept of the modular on-demand storage, there's just so many different ways you can use it, and it's a really well thought out, you know, gear pod that really you're going to enjoy. Again, drops in the track. Now, I've had questions here again about how is it compatible with the casting bar. So you have a casting bar set up here, and you can see that drops down, clears it, doesn't interfere with the casting bar. You can still get into it again, you know, about halfway up on the cover with that casting bar installed. So great compatibility between the gear pod and the other accessories for the Unlimited. Working our way back, again, the 360 Fusion seat, awesome seat, super comfortable. You have the ability to drop the height, to raise the height, so you can really tailor this just how you want. You know, and again, if you want to go tandem, you can easily add a second one in. And it's the exact same setup as we have on the Frontier 12 and the F10. So if you have one of those, you'd be able to take that seat and drop it in here to go tandem. It's the same seat as you have on the Flint and Pursuit, just a different base. Last on this boat, we got the transport cart installed. A super simple way to get this boat around. It takes just a half a second to plug it in. Great for car topping as well, as you can rotate the Unlimited upside down to set up on your roof rack. And with the features here in this transom, that really reinforces it, gives it a lot of structural strength. So it'll really support that cart. You won't have any flexing, any issues on that. Same, and that feature also helps with the outboard motor or any motor you're going to add on to that transom. So there's more accessories for the Unlimited. This definitely isn't all of them. One that will be popular on here is the dashboard. Real simple mounting device. We don't have one out here today, but a lot of the stuff we do have is compatible. So I mentioned earlier about swapping into the Torqeedo. Let's walk back over to that Thunderstorm Unlimited, and we'll swap out that pivot drive, put on the Torqeedo and just show you how great that quick connect system is. So the first thing we're going to do here is pop out the drive cable on the pivot drive. One pin, that comes out, and we can release that. And then pop out the base. Now, if you get it just right with those top load tracks, you can get it out without taking the bolts off. So I haven't really practiced that much. A little bit more practice, probably do it a lot easier. Set that aside. So now coming back to the transom, I'm going to release the retract cord so we don't have that tension in there. We're going to disconnect the retract cord, disconnect the steering cable, just like that. And then we'll pull off the prop shaft. Have to hit the retract to get that latch to release. Get the right one, that would help. So that's off. And then all we have to do back here is pull off this swing arm. It's got a little thumb nut on the bottom to make it easy. Just like that. So we're going to set this stuff over here. Going to grab the swing arm for the Torqeedo, and this is exact same setup for the EPS as well. Get that going the other way. Okay. Drive cable. We can set aside. And now let's grab our Torqeedo. Now we're missing the battery for our video tonight. It's in one of the offices here, and we did not get it out before that office was locked up. But that doesn't affect the mounting really at all. So that drops in just like that. Going to connect the steering. Run that to our imaginary battery. Connect the retract. And then our throttle control. We can put it in any of the tracks that we want. Lots of options there. That top load track. Slide it right in. Tighten that up. Well, that wasn't quite tight. And again, we're going to run that under the seat. We're going to connect it to our battery. And we have successfully swapped out the pivot drive for a Torqeedo in what, 3 or 4 minutes. So that's a really simple system, really easy to interchange, as you can see. And then really the same sort of functionality back there with the steering on the motor and with the retract. You can see you can really get that up out of the way. And if you want to come over here, Brian, we'll take a quick look. It's a different latch system. We got a brass ball and a spring here that goes into that receiver. So that's what holds that in. So you can use the full power of the Torqeedo. That motor is going to be secure. But if you run into something, or if you're coming to, going back to the beach or getting to the shore, you can retract that from the seat, or it will kick up out on the water, if something catches you by surprise. So this system, this quick connect system for the Torqeedo and the EPS, probably about 3-4 weeks out, mid-late March. That should be shipping for all models, including the Unlimited. So I mentioned we had some of our team guys here. Want to bring in A couple of them now. First off, we got Chase. How you doing, Chase?
Good. How are you, Blake?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
It's awesome to have extra sets of hands, and man, I couldn't have gone to set up tonight without you guys. So thank you.
No problem. It's awesome. I mean, just looking at these Unlimiteds, there's a couple things I really like about them. So the ability for wiring is very understated, I think. I mean, being able to just go in anywhere in the boat, wire the motor, wire whatever you need to do, and then in the back put in USB ports, radios, literally whatever you want to do is awesome. And then on the hull, in the hull transducer for the graphs and stuff like that. I mean, it's awesome being able to, utilize that as well as still seeing side scan and everything else. I can't wait to get in one of these on the water.
Cool. Well, you are not only here helping us out, but you're a new canoe dealer.
Correct.
No bananas up in the Appleton, Wisconsin area. And I know we're going to get you a demo here soon. And you're hoping late March to be able to have a demo day, get these out on the water, and if you have water here, not ice.
Well, we'll have water.
Okay,
so we're looking at a demo day up in De Pere by the Fox River. Work with Swamp Donkey Bait and Tackle up there, as well as us with No Bananas Outdoors. We put together a little demo day, and we'll get everybody on the water and get some people in the Unlimiteds, and they can compare them to the Frontiers and have a good day on the water.
Cool. Thank you, Chase.
No problem.
See if we can get Bradley in here. Bradley's been running our broadcast here from the computer, but here he comes. How you doing, Bradley?
Good. How are you, Blake?
I'm doing well. Now you just joined the team, what, a month or so ago?
It's my Christmas present.
All right.
I found out right before Christmas, and it was announced in January. So
nice, man. We're pumped to have you.
It's good. I mean, from the multi-species fishing to the hunting, like, I'm an outdoorsman. I need my kayak to go with me with every season, and New Canoe just doesn't do it better. I mean,
cool.
You can't do it better than a New Canoe.
Nice. So you're going to be hunting and fishing out of your Unlimited.
Absolutely.
And what's something that you're telling me about the seat? How that's really going to suit you well?
Well, the seat's going to be great because you can get that lower profile, and then with the taller gunnel of the kayak for a layout boat, it's going to be great in the marsh. Like, you're going to disappear. This thing's going to be gone.
Nice. Yeah, it is a real low profile, and we do have the layout blinds coming for the Unlimited. I got word that we got prototypes in to test the fit and get those dialed in. So, a matter of a month or two, and those will be available.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get it in the marsh. I'm excited to take it from fishing in summer to like flipping docks to take it into the marsh and just be able to use one boat, one platform for multiple applications.
Good stuff, man. Well, I'm excited to see what you get up to. All right, we got Brian behind the camera, but you guys know him from Paddle and Fin podcast, the New Canoe Unlimited podcast. So we're going to give him a break from the camera tonight. He's going to be behind the camera entirely and not on camera. But hey, that's a rundown here. You have any questions, anything we didn't answer, drop it in the comments. We'll get back to you there. Brian, is there any questions you want to address while we're still running here? The pod will be available in March. We've got a couple fine-tuning things we'll do on that mold. Then we'll be ramping up production in about 2 weeks, so they will be shipping, by middle of March.
How big of a battery could fit in the front hatch? I think we were talking about 60 amp maybe.
Yeah, the battery size to fit in the gear pod, we haven't, size tested it yet. We'll get some dimensions on there up real soon, but it should definitely fit, a 54, 60 amp hour lithium ion battery in there, no problem at all. All right, so the gear pod starts shipping in March. It's $199. The Unlimited, those will start shipping in March again, March as well, $15.99. Best way to get your hands on any of the stuff you see here is to go to your local New Canoe dealer. If you don't know who that is, jump on our website, go to the Find a Dealer page, find the dealer in your area, and they will take care of you. Thanks a lot for joining us this evening, and we look forward to coming back with some live footage on the water showing these setups over the next few days and weeks.